Hey guys, this is Clay again. Wanted to show you something that just came in off of Old Dominion freight lines. For a long time I've been wanting this, and I wanted to give you a little picture of it here. Let me show you. What it is it's a safari, or actually a touring rack from ARB on the right, and it's double boxed. And then also an ARB Simpson 3 tent right here, rooftop tent. The thing on the top of the box right here, they kind of wrapped it with plastic to hold it on there, is the actual ladder that goes, and it was kind of torn. I wanted to show y'all. The packaging held up really good. This came out of Jacksonville, Florida, ARB distributor there. And then it looks like right here what happened was it just kind of got caught on something, and it pulled this way and tore the cardboard. But as I look in here, it doesn't look damaged at all. I mean, it looks in really good shape. In fact, probably the Old Dominion guys at the dock where this came from in Winchester, they probably tore this back some themselves just to make sure it wasn't damaged. So it's probably torn back a little bit to take a look. And then a smaller truck brought it out here to my house. But they've got that wrapped this way. I'm about to unbox it, get it out of there, and take a look at this. But that's how it would come to you if you were to buy the touring rack that's kind of flat in the back and it has a basket in the front. It's full length on a Land Cruiser, and then the rooftop tent right there, and of course the rack in there. The only other piece I'm waiting on is Monday. Cruiser Outfitters out in Utah sent me, well, I bought all this from them. Kurt Williams out there is awesome. If you guys ever want to buy stuff for your Land Cruiser, you definitely should give him a shout, because he definitely will be at the lowest point on the price for ARB products. I mean, they have a map or a minimum acceptable price that ARB holds them to. So he worked with me on this. We did have to pay some shipping. I mean, this is a large, packet that has to be shipped. So we had to pay some shipping. But even on the shipping, he didn't mark it up. He just passed along the shipping cost to me. So he did an outstanding job. I wanted to show you my Land Cruiser's right here, and I've already got the rack off the top of it. So I'm gonna hold this up and see if you can see it. But see how the factory rack is gone. I've got a couple of pieces of black electrical tape over each hole until I properly get those closed up. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna get a 5mm by 0.8 or 1 point. I don't even know what the thread count is on the metric, but it's a 5mm standard thread metric screw. 2 of them hold it on there. I'm gonna fold in some images that I took with my camera yesterday while I took this off. But I'm gonna leave those luggage strips right there. I think if anything, they'll kind of help keep the roof rigid. And they're low enough profile that the new ARB rack is not gonna touch them. So that's where the ARB rack is going to go. I've got some cleaning up to do right where those pad feet were sitting on the factory rack. I'm going to buff those out and polish them, make sure there's no skinned off paint where they were sitting, and then we should be good. The only other thing I did notice, and I'm going to see if I can see this, I'm down below, is right here in this rain gutter, right here, you can see there's a couple of little damage spots. And what I think happened is the prior owner had some kind of like Yakima rack or something on here, because I can also see right here on the edge of the drip rail something was holding on to it. I'm gonna make sure that paint's not broke down in there where snow and stuff could eventually start rusting. If it is, I may kind of put something on that, maybe even to silicone to seal it. Just make sure it's good and dry. Other than that, I think the roof is really ready. See, these I'm gonna clean up. Get that, and you see the circle where the original paint was. I mean, it's all original paint, but I think the color was more of a pearl white, and it's so sun bleached out right now, it's like all white, kind of a ghost white. So I'm going to buff out the entire top. As you come down here where it's easier to get to and buff, the paint is back to a nice color. So anyway, that's what we got going in there. But I wanted to show you these. Wanted to show you these 2 boxes, and then I'm going to unbox this and make sure everything's okay and they're not damaged, and I'll just kind of take progressive shots of that, okay? this ladder off the top. This black plastic cut. I just set that up there yesterday. As I was walking by. I'm working on the Ford F100 out there too, so I've got a video series on that if you're interested in Fords. But so it looks like all they did was they just take this ladder on top. I mean, I think if they was to package this ladder with the actual tent, they'd risk kind of poking the tent, so they don't put it in that box. All right. Yep. Roof top tent ladder. ARB Touring. What it says on there. Let's set that there. Now this box actually looks like it's in great shape. I mean, there's literally nothing torn on it or anything. It's got to up, you know, keep it this way, handle with care, fragile, all that. A couple straps around it. They even reinforced the box right here where the straps go over it. This is what I was showing you. They've got this reinforcement, really thick tape right where their strap goes across that won't cut into their box. More stickers. Always handle with care and which ends up and all that. And then on the ends they put everything because they figure these guys are going to be sliding this thing around in a truck. So they want to make sure they know what it is. Alright, so let's keep unboxing this thing. I'm just going to cut this along here also, and then we'll just pull this one out of this one, you know what I mean? Just pull this out. Man, that's wrapped good. Look at that. Got this open. This is the outer box, and I mean that thing is covered. This is a thick mill plastic, and it's almost like heat welded right here where they folded it, so it would be, you know, extremely sealed good. So I mean that thing is. I think I may just have to reach down and pull it. What's interesting is there's feet print on it on this side over here, so hopefully it's strong. Somebody was flat on this side and somebody was standing on it, so hopefully it's okay. I don't know where it got stood on. Alright. Let's do it that way. Can you balance it right there? You got it? Some nice big cardboard we can cut up. Make targets. If y'all hadn't seen that video, go watch that video. It's making cardboard targets for your defensive shooting practice. We're gonna have a lot right here. It says it's packed with a fitting kit. So this is the 3800 200 and ARB touring rack cage. So this is the right one. It's the touring rack, but packed with a fitting kit. That's making me wonder. I might have everything I need. Alright, we got to get this off. I'm just going to slowly start cutting this plastic off on one end here. Just going to run down. I've got a new blade in this thing, so it's cutting like butter. Dude, double wrap, man. This is awesome. I have to say, the packing job on this is incredible. It really is, because now look, we're revealing a whole nother box from ARB. Alright, I'm going to go down along this. You just help me balance it. That's dropping down. Oh, I see it's open kind of on this side. And then, let's look at the other side. This side too. Okay, I see what they did. They basically have wrapped it with a border. I know exactly what I'm going to use this black plastic for. I'm going to use this black plastic when we pull the engine out of the F100. We'll lay it here, we'll cut it open and lay it right here, because every time I pull the engine, I don't care how empty I think I get the transmission and the engine, I drip oil somehow. So that's going down on the ground before we pull that engine to protect my concrete. So we use everything around here 2 or 3 times. That's the way you do it. Just think of the next project and how you can use something, you know. Alright. I would say that it's at least 10 mil plastic. It's thick. You know, you think of a really thick cleanup type black trash bag you get at Home Depot. They're called construction bags or whatever. There's 7. That's at least 10 right there. I've used a lot of those. Different thickness trash bags. Alright, so now we're just taking off these pieces of cardboard. It is definitely wrapped. Definitely wrapped good. So we're just going to keep going. Step on that. Pull it off. Pull this one off. So what they did was they kind of wrapped the edges with this thick cardboard here. Now we've got like a thin sheeting cardboard kind of all the way around it. And boy, it looks nice. This is going to be a nice rack on there. See that? They've got that soft white. So as you get closer and closer to the rack, the materials are softer. This cardboard is kind of that soft cardboard, and it basically is then covered. Can you see this? With this real nice spongy stuff that's protecting it, because this is a powder coated. This rack is powder coated paint job, and it's kind of this grayish metallic. I mean, you can see that, how nice that's going to be. There's the ARB emblem on it. This is the part that goes right above your sunroof. So that part is this then you see this, they kind of rolled these up, these cardboard, and basically made little legs that would kind of keep that cardboard out away from this rack as it's inside that cardboard, the bigger cardboard. We're going to have a lot of stuff in here to take back to the recycle. We have to get all this off with a little bit of, all this tape we'll have to get off with a little bit of some kind of cleaner that can get that glue off. But anyway, we'll go ahead and start removing all these little jewels, and we'll get right back to you. Hey, I wanted to show y'all something else here. One of the neat things about mounting these ARB racks on your 80 series or on any of the other Toyotas that have a full rain gutter along the side of the vehicle, I think when they went to the 100 series, that's off there. They don't have that full gutter all the way along the side. It's smooth. But they have these mounting rails that come right here with the rack, and they're wire tied to the rack. And what those do is they go the full length of your rain gutter, and then when your feet come down off this rack in 3 places, they'll come right where these brackets are right here. They touch down on this same bar. Now this bar is made out of hard plastic. So basically you're going to have protection all the way down the edge of your rain gutter, and then the clamping force is not just in a couple places like where I showed you on the truck. When somebody put a Yakima rack on there, they kind of really put a lot of force right in one spot. Kind of created a little bit of a place that has a little bit of tendency that could rust, so I'm going to have to fix that. But that's what they're trying to protect with these long rails right here. So that's what those are. I'm going to go ahead and cut these little wire wraps, and we'll get those off and look at them. Alright, we got these cut off. They were just right here. That's how they ship them. And what I was going to show you is it's kind of a U-channel. They're just kind of U-channeled on each other right now. A little piece of tape right here. I want to scratch them, but I want to show you the makeup. So they're plastic on the outside, but as you can see, it's a plastic coating around a metal U. See that? So it's an extruded plastic around a metal. If you look down in there, you can see that metal U in there. So what that does for you is it gives you the strength of metal, but has that plastic coating so that it doesn't hurt your vehicle. Alright, here's those metal rain gutter carrier deals I was telling you about. They're going to carry the weight. And we brought the rack out here and just kind of set it on top of this cardboard so you can kind of see what it looks like. And the whole thing about the touring rack is that it's flat here on the back. And as you can see, from here to here is about 4 feet, which is how wide that tent is. So the tent's going to be right here in this area, in the back, and then that's going to leave us this whole little basket area right here that we can put an ice chest or whatever we want to put, extra cans of gas, you know, water bladders, whatever we need to do. And if you come around here, you can see when ARB makes their racks, these are the uprights that they use between the two rails. So the bottom rail is a thicker rail. I think it's 1.25 inches. This looks like inch. This might be 1.5 inches, and this is an inch or something. But they're definitely smaller on top. The rails here are the same as this. But then look at these massive bent pieces of metal they use to separate those. And you can tie down to this just about anything you want to put up here. And then the reason this flat panel is here is because a lot of people use these holes right here and they mount those light bars. They're going to point forward. So we could put 2 round lights here and a flat light bar here, you know, flood here and some spots, however we want to do it. That's probably a future upgrade. Now let me show you here on the vehicle what these do. And they go up here in this rain gutter like that. So these are going to go the complete length of the rain gutter like that. And those ARB feet are going to hit down in here and then clamp. So the force of those clamps is going to be putting its weight along the entire rain gutter all the way down to the front. And the reason you do that is so you distribute that weight and you don't damage the inside of that rain gutter where the 2 sheet metal at the top and the sheet metal at the side are welded in there. So you don't want to damage it. But that's how those are going to go. This is what came, and I don't think this is enough. So the thing we have coming tomorrow we still need. But let's just look at this and see what it is. So that you guys will know what you're going to get when you oh, you know what this is? This is the mount kit for the tent. So that's what that is. They've already got a mount kit because this is a touring rack that has that flat area in the back. These are the parts you're going to get to help mount the tent. So that's what that is. It's the touring tent route mounting kit. So that's cool. So the fitting kit that I have coming is going to be for the rack to the vehicle, and this is the mounting kit from the rack to the tent. So we should be all set. These are all powder coated as well, so they're going to last a long time. There's been, you know, folks online saying that they've left those tents mounted to the rack and on their vehicle, not inside of a garage because the vehicle's too tall, for 3 to 5 years. And the cover that's around the tent is so good that all they do is, like every 4th or 5th year, they replace that cover from ARB and everything else is still fine. All the mounting brackets, everything, nothing's rusting. So that's a good testament to how well these tents are made. Alright, what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to kind of cut around the bottom real safe. We're going to, let's tilt it that way, cut the bottom and then tilt it back, and then we'll turn off. We'll take the box, we'll just lift the whole box off of it. You know what I mean? This is probably not what it, this is the way it's not supposed to sit, but just for a minute it won't hurt it. And then I'm going to cut this, open it up. So you can see this was the bottom because it's all marked up. And it's double boxed too, that's good to know. You can see in there, we got a secondary box on it. Yep. Everything looks good. see what's in here. I'm cutting very shallow. In fact, I'm going to retract my blade. The luminous setting. We'll barely go through that. That's tape. And they're smart. They put another piece of cardboard there for people using knives. You know. So it is double and triple. Ah, here we go. See, once you finally get under that piece of cardboard, you can see the tent here. So that's going to be sweet. So what we need to do, I think. Alright, I got this tab up. Set it over there. Instructions there. So that's how we unbox it, and it's sitting in the position right now that it said to ship it in. So it must be the most stable like this. But I can see the holes right here in the bottom, and I believe that's the mounting holes. And plus, if you look, there's more canvas on this side with a rain fly that points down. Alright, and then here's your top looking material here. So I think this is the top. Yeah, there's no mounting holes. No mounting holes. Here's your Velcro straps whenever you're putting the tent back up. And so it hinges on this end down here. It hinges right here with these. And if you look, you can kind of see some of the construction of this tent. I mean, really done well. And then see this massive hinge right here is what lets this thing hinge out. And this is part of the mattress right here. But you know, there's channels on this thing to make it more rigid. Oh, this channel, see this channel sticking out, and then there's a gap here. So what happens is when these two hinge together and make a floor for your tent, it's going to be very rigid because the entire length of this is going to be inside. They're going to match up into each other. And then you can tell that the tent itself is slid into these grooves right here with this nice roping and webbing. And this material is like just a really nice ripstop, neat material. This is going to be really cool. And I'm sure inside is the cover that covers this whole thing when it's on your up on the top of your car. So I'm looking so forward to getting this thing out and setting it up, but it's probably going to be next Saturday before I can do it. So we just kind of wanted to get it out, make sure that it shipped okay and there's no problems, which it seems to be perfectly fine. We may in fact kind of lay it on its side or just leave it here like this. I don't think it would go anywhere inside the shop here. And get rid of some of this cardboard and packing materials. This thing was so well packed. That's one of the things I wanted you to see, was how much stuff comes around an ARB product. And I'm not getting paid to talk good about ARB. They've been around a long time. They've done a lot of stuff. They don't cut corners. That's why you're paying a little bit more for their product. But I mean, just the construction of it and the years of knowledge that they have and put into these tents is phenomenal. All right, we're gonna get the ladder out. This was what was kind of on top of that whole package when it was still wrapped with the black stuff. You can see down there where the box kind of got damaged, but lightweight, neat. You know, I think these are based on those ladders that you can get that slide out of your attic. On the attic doors, like they have those modern attic doors that pull down and then an aluminum ladder comes off of it. Very light like this. Another good thing about aluminum, you know, is it is going to hold up to the elements. So the way this works is it slides like this. So you pull it off the tent, you know, you're going to pull this one down, and then you're going to pull the tent, flip it out, and this is going to be down on the ground like that. And this is going to be up on the tent, you're going to crawl up into it. So, can't wait. Alright, y'all. Until next time, this is Clay and Texas Know How. We'll see you around. We're going to get this thing mounted next time.